let's just say it didn't go as planned. Hello and welcome to my channel, The Danish Readaholic. My name is Silke and today I will be doing the Book Tower Challenge. So the Book Tower Challenge is basically you get a list of prompts and I printed mine. And basically you have 3 minutes to find all 20 books and rearrange them in alphabetical order. So yeah, good luck me. I honestly don't know where I found this challenge, but I thought it sounded fun and I wanted to see if I could actually do it. So I think without further ado, let's skip ahead. I am not gonna be saying the prompts or the books as I go through it. I will do it afterwards in like a sit down. So let's just see how I did. So as you can see, I didn't do too well. I did find most of the books, so let's just go through the prompts and what I actually did. I will leave all of the prompts down below, so if you want to give it a go ahead. I am going to tag some people at the end, so watch out, people. Let's just go ahead. So first up, we have a first book in a series. And for that, I went for From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout, because it's the first book in the series, so. Then we have the second book in a series. And for that, I went for Wrath and Mercy by Jessica Rubinkowski. I haven't read the first book, but this is the second one. Then we have a book with blue on the cover. I went with Namesake. It kinda looks a little purple on the camera, but I swear to God that it is blue. Hopefully it will actually look blue once I get to editing. Then we have a book that is 7 letters long. Now this is where I stumbled, because in the beginning I was like, I got this, I'm doing it. But then this one came up and that was more difficult than I thought. But I ended up going for Caraval. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 letters. Then we had a book I've never read, Stormcrow. And then came the point where I was stressed with time and apparently skipped a couple ones without realizing. So the next prompt was a book with a sky on it, and I didn't even read that prompt, so I haven't found one for that. Then we have an author with the same first letter of the forename as yours, and I went with Susan Collins. Silke starts with an S, so fairly simple. The next 2 ones I grabbed together, and that was a classic and a non-fiction. We have them here, 1984, and this is a Danish non-fiction following a criminal investigator, I think it's called. Then we have a book with 4 or more colors on the spine. I went with Fire by Destiny Soria. I have yellow, orange, red, pink, purple, gold, and white on the spine, so I feel like that's more than 4. Then I had to find a book that had the #1 New York Times Bestseller thing on the cover, and I went with Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. It says up here. Then it was the latest book I bought, and this Woven Kingdom was one of the 3 most recent editions, so I went with that because that was the closest to me and the easiest to grab. Then I had to find a book with a face on the cover. I went with Fable. It was the first one that I saw, so that was the one I grabbed. We have a face down here. Next up we have a spin-off, and I went with Goldilocks by Chris Colfer. This is a spin-off of The Land of Stories. I don't actually know when I lost, but then we have a book that was published over 10 years ago, and I decided to go for The Haunting of Hill House. I believe that this edition was published in 2009, so that's definitely over 10 years ago, but like the original copyright, it says that it's from 1959, so definitely more than 10 years. Then we have an author who has the same first letter of their forename as their surname, and I went with Brie Barton. Alright, and then I actually got to another prompt that I forgot, and that is a book that has an epilogue. And finally, the last prompt, I actually tried to look for one, but I couldn't really find one, and that was a book that has a made-up name in it. I tried to go for places, but I also felt like that might not count, and then I just didn't really know what to do, and I had picked a book, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that word doesn't exist, but then it did, and I feel like that might be a really hard prompt when English is not your first language, because there's a lot of words where I'm like, is that an actual word or is it made up? So I didn't find one for that. So yeah, it's pretty safe to say that I failed. I think I had, well, a lot of books left to find when the timer went off, and I didn't even get to rearrange them in alphabetical order, and I'm not going to do that now because I lost, so what's the point? It was fun, it was stressful. I don't see how you can do it in that amount of time, but maybe I'm just stupid, so I definitely want to see some people do it. So for this, I'm gonna tag Hannah, I'm gonna tag Lissy and Jem, and Ashley and Amy. I will link all of you down below, and I'm excited to see you guys do it. I think I have nothing more to say than thank you so much for watching. Please let me know down in the comments if you have any book with a made-up word in it, because I would like to know. Maybe I have it on my shelf and I just didn't realize that it was a made-up word. If you just want to let me know that you're here but don't know what to comment, you can always leave a green heart. If you like this video, please hit the like icon, and if you want to see more of my bookish content, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. And until I see you next time, bye!